I gave it a mixed rating.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
But, one of my biggest points is it's a beautiful machine. It's super well made. It's amazing. Like when I was kind of sneaking it around town and trying it out.
Hard to do because it's so distinctive looking.
I know.
Right?
People were like, what is that?
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Pay no attention to that hinge.
It's all those things. Like you want it to be something distinctive and cool and really
It looks like you're
built.
in my seat there, Mary Jo. What's going on?
That was me yesterday.
Is that the Jeffrey you're at?
Yeah. I didn't go to Rattle because too many people would be like all over me with the Surface Book. But yeah, that was me yesterday. That's it.
So your headline says a nice laptop, but not my ultimate PC. What? Boy, that's disappointing given the pricing is ultimate PC pricing.
Yeah. It was funny when I started out testing it, I really thought this is going to be it. And then one of the first things was I put it on my lap and I couldn't type on my lap. And the reason I couldn't is the top is too heavy because it has the CPU, battery, everything in there.
Right.
So when you balance it on your lap, at least when I do, you can't type on it because it starts tipping over.
Oh, that's what that hinge was supposed to fix, right?
It fixes it on a TV.
The other, I don't know if this is related to this, but if you look at the bottom of it,
right,
it only has these very small areas kind of for a bumper, instead of having feet.
Yeah.
And what I found on the train in particular, I took the non-Acela Amtrak, which is kind of a rockier ride.
Yes.
And it was actually sliding around on the table, which is very, not just unusual. I don't think I've ever had a laptop do that before. I mean, the mouse will do that, right, obviously. But this laptop actually moved around on the table surface, and I thought that's kind of interesting. And I wonder if that doesn't play a little bit of a role there as well.
True.
And both of you got what model did you get? The 512 gig?
Yeah. We both got that, which was a pre-production model. It's not exactly the one that's for sale, but it's kind of like the one that's about $1,700.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It has the 6th generation Skylake Core i5. It has 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. That's the configuration all of us got. And I think Paul got an extra one beyond that, right?
Yeah, I got an i7 with the dedicated GPU as well. I got that later though, so I didn't have my review up for today. I just don't feel comfortable reviewing it after such a short period of time. In fact, I have to be honest, I feel a little uncomfortable reviewing even the stuff that we have reviewed after such a short period of time. But part of the reason I did do it was because I have traveled a lot, and that's how I like to use these devices, see what they're really like on the road. But I haven't had time to do a lot of battery testing yet. And in fact, on the i5 version of the Surface Book, the tests I have done have been all over the map. And I'm told there are firmware updates coming and things. And like Mary Jo said, it's a pre-production model. I don't want to arrive at any wrong conclusions yet. But, it's still kind of early days. Like we're still, almost a week out before these things ship. The versions, like she said, we got are not full production versions. So there's some, interesting issues there. I've seen that from other reviews. One person I saw had an issue with the SSD, which I've never seen. There's been issues with the screen not popping off of the dock, which I have seen, only on the i5 version. And so, I actually think this thing is awesome. But there's a kind of a weird thing I go through where, as a reviewer and someone recommending this to others, I kind of follow where Mary Jo is, where it is good, but there's kind of some stuff after the but, and it's brand new. I feel really uncomfortable recommending this thing wholeheartedly because there's no way to know how this hinge is going to work over time and how well it's going to work and how it's going to withstand the rigors of daily use and all that kind of stuff. So I would just, it's sort of like when a new car model comes out in Consumer Reports, there's not enough information yet to kind of check the recommended box quite yet. That said, my intention is to use this thing and to use it every day, to use it as my computer docked with the Surface Dock and my screen and keyboard and mouse, and to take it on the road and use it as my laptop. And, I've been doing that, but only in a very limited sense, and I will do more of it, and we'll see how it goes.
Would it be? Go ahead.
I was going to say the other thing that made it a little tricky reviewing this is sometimes problems would come up, and I was wondering, is that a Windows 10 bug, or is that hardware?
Yep.
Like one of the things we both had we both tried this. We plugged our headphones into the laptop at the top right-hand corner. And then I think it was Paul or Brad. One of them said to me, now just listen for a minute. And suddenly I could hear the inner workings of the computer.
Yeah. It was like the grinding of a hard drive almost.
It was.
There wasn't a hard drive in it. It was like a mechanical sound.
But then I haven't had that happen lately.
Thank you. Exactly the same experience.
Well, that's weird.
Right. Yep.
Right.
To talk to Microsoft about it, and they have never seen this.
It?
No one has, aside from the three of us, no one has ever seen this before. They can't reproduce it. It hasn't happened to me since. I don't know what to say, but
I know.
Yeah, you know, if you picture, I've done this before. You know, I'll plug in noise canceling headphones on a plane or a train where you've got a lot of background noise. You turn them on, and so you get that kind of nice silence. And I may, or then I'm working on the laptop, and I may or may not, maybe play a YouTube video or, eventually some music or something. If I'm not doing that, what I should hear is nothing. And on this machine, at first, for that one time, Brad was the one who pinged us both. It was like listening to the inner workings of a machine.
It was
was really weird.
It was.
And when you played sound, that disappeared. In fact, there was a very clear clunk. The sound went away, and then the real sound played. But as soon as you were done playing whatever the sound was, that weird background noise came back. But it hasn't happened since. So I don't, the problem is when something like this fails, like I had the issue with the screen wasn't coming off of the base. You do a hard reset, it kind of fixes it. It's a pre-production model. There's a firmware update coming that's going to fix it. They're not worried about it. It's software. They can fix it through software. They know exactly what it is, that kind of thing. Fine. But I still I can't not mention it, It happened. And and especially with a device like this, this thing starts at $1,500. There are people looking to see what I write about it and will maybe make that buying decision. And I take that really seriously. It's a lot of money. This is a very expensive device, And I think I think there are certain people like me who are just enthusiasts. They love this thing and they don't, they'll put up with it. And maybe it will be fine too, I should say. I really don't know. Because again, it's early days. But, if there are people kind of waffling over it, like, that's a lot of money, I'm not sure if I should do this, just wait a little while. They're going to be around, and they'll refine this thing over time. Of course, there'll be new models and versions and all that. I think it's a really cool device. It's sort of like the new MacBook in that sense. It's familiar, but it's also new, and we'll see, where Apple in that case or Microsoft in this case kind of takes it over time. We'll see how people react to some of the features that are a little controversial. In this case, like this weird. I still think it's weird. I don't quite get this, but this hole, that is there.
No,
you can
you're
see
very
light
bothered.
right through it, right? Like, it's
that
weird.
That doesn't bother me. I don't know.
Yeah.
That one didn't get me too crazy.
I'm just worried something's going to get in there, and it's going to scratch the screen, or it's going to mar the surface. You'll
Let's
press
talk about
on
the
it
pen, though. Talking about annoyances.
What? The pen's annoying? Oh, man.
So the way the pen sticks
I've just
on,
looked to see if I could cancel mine.
No, it's not. You know what? I really like this device. It was and is a really great laptop. And like Paul, I'm going to try using it as much as I can. But little things like, okay, they took away the pen loop, which,
Paul
upset
likes.
Paul greatly.
Yep.
But
well, the pen loop works. Panos Panay made it very clear he did not like this solution. There's something about it, that bothers him. I don't quite understand what it is, but
right. So now it sticks on by magnets, right? And so it sticks on really hard. You can almost lift the thing with the magnet. Yet everybody I know says, and then the pen fell off, or the pen got loose.
Oh yeah, it falls off.
I lost my pen. I lost my pen yesterday. It's gone.
The thing that's funny, I'm not going to put, you can't pick up this device with it, but.
No, but it's really strong.
But if it's on a table, you could almost pull it across the table by the pen. The magnet is that strong. If you have like an implant in your head, you don't want to get anywhere near this device. The magnet is crazy strong.
Well, yeah, I know. So it's weird that my pen fell off twice, and I found it twice. But I think after yesterday, my pen's gone. And the pen's $60. It's not like, a little cheap pen. It's
right.
$60. Okay.
It's very clear. Look, they tried this before. Remember, Surface Pro 1, Pro 2.
I know.
The original Surface RT. This is what they did. They had a magnet, and the magnet doesn't work. That's why they came up with the Surface Pen Loop, right? That was the point.
Weren't you saying this morning, why couldn't they stick the pen in that hole? That
there's
they
a
have?
hole right in the thing. Just stick it right in there, you know? Yep.
I don't know. Maybe they can come up with a way. Maybe. So it's those kind of little weird things. It's not like this thing is a piece of trash. If you look at all the reviews, everybody liked this device.
That's cool.
I don't think anybody said, oh, this really isn't working.
It's mostly silent. You know, remember with Surface Pro 3, the thing was like a fan or a vacuum
I had
cleaner.
some fan. Did you have fan?
Yeah. Oh, it definitely comes on. And you can do things like, you know, if you play a game or something, the fan will come on. Mm-hmm. It does come on, of course, you know, but it's still much more quiet than, or quieter than, you know, SP3, Surface Pro 3.